Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a topic that affects billions globally, causes immense frustration, and is often completely misunderstood: diets. You've tried them, maybe I've tried them, your friends have tried them. We embark on them with hope, discipline, and a vision of a healthier, happier self. And yet for so many, the cycle is endless. Diet, lose weight, gain it back, diet again. What if I told you that, for many people, diets aren't just ineffective in the long run, but they might actually be contributing to the very problem they promise to solve? That's right. Why diets make you fat. Stick around, because we're going to dive into some surprising truths that will change how you look at food, your body, and true health. Let's start with the most common, heartbreaking experience for anyone who's ever tried to lose weight. Why do you gain weight again after losing it? You work so hard, you restrict, you exercise, and the numbers on the scale go down. You feel triumphant. But then, almost inevitably, the weight creeps back up, often surpassing where you started. What's happening here? The human body is an incredible survival machine. When you drastically cut calories, your body doesn't know you're trying to fit into a smaller pair of jeans. It thinks there's a famine. It adapts by slowing down your metabolism to conserve energy. It ramps up hunger hormones, making you feel perpetually hungry, and it becomes incredibly efficient at storing any incoming calories as fat, just in case the famine continues. Once you stop the restrictive diet, because let's be real, who can restrict forever? Your metabolism is still slow, your hunger signals are through the roof, and your body is primed to regain that weight, often with a little extra as a safety buffer. This isn't a lack of willpower, it's a perfectly natural, biological response. Which brings me to our next crucial point. Willpower plays a much smaller role in healthy eating than most dieters believe. We're constantly told to just have more discipline. Just say no. Just try harder. This narrative places all the blame on the individual, making you feel like a failure when your diet inevitably crumbles. But the science tells a different story. Our brains are hardwired for survival and pleasure. Highly palatable, calorie-dense foods, often those targeted by diet restrictions, light up our reward centers. When you're constantly fighting against primal hunger signals and the brain's desire for reward, willpower is a finite resource. Think about it. After a stressful day, are you more likely to resist that tempting snack or give in? Willpower is exhausted by decision-making and stress. Relying solely on it for long-term eating habits is like trying to stop a tidal wave with a teacup. It's not about being weak. It's about trying to use the wrong tool for the job. We need sustainable strategies that work with our biology, not against it. Beyond the physical struggle, there's a massive societal pressure that compounds the issue. Weight discrimination and unrealistic body images can lead to dire health consequences. We live in a world obsessed with thinness, often equating it directly with health and moral virtue. People in larger bodies face constant stigma, from healthcare professionals, in the workplace, and in everyday interactions. This discrimination isn't just unpleasant, it's genuinely harmful. Studies show that experiencing weight stigma leads to increased stress, anxiety, depression, and avoidance of medical care. People who feel judged often engage in more disordered eating behaviors, ironically leading to weight gain. The constant pressure to conform to an impossible ideal, combined with pervasive negative messaging, creates a toxic environment that erodes self-esteem and makes genuine health goals incredibly difficult to pursue. This isn't about being body positive for aesthetics. It's about recognizing that constant shaming is a barrier to health, not a motivator. And speaking of things beyond our control, let's talk about something incredibly powerful. Genetics plays a large part in why people put on weight and how much weight one gains. We often hear the simplistic advice: calories in, calories out. While thermodynamics are true, that equation is far from simple and is heavily influenced by our genes. Scientists have identified hundreds of genes that influence metabolism, hunger signals, fat storage, and even how our bodies respond to different foods. This means that two people can eat the exact same diet and do the exact same exercise, and one might effortlessly maintain a thin physique, while the other struggles significantly with weight. You might have a genetic predisposition for a slower metabolism, for storing fat more efficiently, or for stronger hunger signals. This isn't an excuse, it's a scientific reality. Understanding this helps us move away from self-blame and towards respecting our individual biological makeup. It highlights that there's no single healthy weight for everyone. Our bodies have a natural set point they try to maintain. So, if diets are so problematic and genetics play a big role, what can we do? This brings us to a really powerful, yet often overlooked strategy. By paying more attention to the food you eat, you'll enjoy food more and eat less of it. This is the core of mindful eating. Instead of restricting, you learn to listen to your body's internal cues. Are you truly hungry, or is it boredom, stress, or habit? When you eat, engage all your senses. Look at the colors and textures of your food. Smell its aroma. Chew slowly, notice the flavors, how it feels in your mouth. Put down your fork between bites. This isn't just some woo-woo concept, it actually works. When you eat mindfully, you register fullness more accurately, you derive more satisfaction from less food, and you break the cycle of mindless overeating. It transforms eating from a source of guilt and restriction into a source of pleasure and nourishment. It's about presence, not deprivation. Being healthy and being thin are not as closely related as you might think. Our society has conflated the two, but health is a complex, multifaceted state, not just a number on a scale or a clothing size. You can be thin and unhealthy, eating highly processed foods, being sedentary, stressed, and sleep-deprived. Conversely, you can exist in a larger body and be incredibly healthy, eating nutritious foods, exercising regularly, sleeping well, managing stress, and having excellent blood work. Focus on behaviors that promote health. Moving your body in ways you enjoy, eating a variety of whole, unprocessed foods that make you feel good, prioritizing sleep, managing stress, and nurturing your mental well-being. These are the true markers of health, and they are accessible to people of all sizes. Let's redefine health by how we feel and function, not just how we look. So, if diets aren't the answer and willpower isn't the magic bullet, what is? It comes down to this. Eliminate bad habits and form good ones for a healthier life. This isn't about a temporary fix. It's about building a sustainable lifestyle. Instead of going on a diet, think about small, consistent changes. Can you add more vegetables to your meals? Can you go for a walk during your lunch break? Can you commit to an earlier bedtime 3 nights a week? These aren't drastic, deprivation-based changes. They are manageable shifts that, over time, accumulate into profound improvements in health. Focus on adding nourishing foods, finding joyful movement, and developing robust self-care routines. It's about self-compassion, not self-punishment. It's about progress, not perfection. Start small, be patient, and celebrate every positive change you make. So there you have it. The truth about why diets so often fail and can even backfire. It's not your fault if you've struggled. It's about understanding our biology, rejecting harmful societal pressures, and embracing a more compassionate, sustainable approach to health and well-being. Stop fighting your body and start working with it. If this video resonated with you, please hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe for more content that challenges conventional wisdom about health and fitness. Let me know in the comments below, what's your biggest takeaway from today's video? I love hearing from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.